Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. I hope you've been enjoying some of the sun that we've been blessed with in the last few days. If you're new here, hello, it's great to have you here. My name's Becca. I'm a third year criminology student at Swansea Uni and I make videos about uni, adventuring, travelling, lifestyle, and I really enjoy making the videos that help you guys out and help to answer some of your questions. If you're returning, hi, it's so great to have you back here. I'm so happy that you stuck around long enough to see this video now. So, without further hesitation, today I'm going to be making a video which I've been asked about so many times within my comments, within my DMs, within messages, emails. I've been asked this question a lot. That is about working and job opportunities in Swansea. It's mainly international students who ask me this when they're applying for Swansea Uni, because obviously when you come from another country you don't know exactly how things work or whether there are opportunities or whether there's a whole different process to go through. This video is very general in the fact that I will talk about full-time and part-time jobs for any student, even anyone in Swansea, to be fair. You don't even really have to be a student to listen to this video, but I guess it is for those people who want to know about job opportunities in Swansea when they're studying. And I will just say, Swansea Uni website has an absolutely epic section on job opportunities and employment, and I will leave the link on the screen here and below for that website because it is great, and a lot of the information I've got, which is just written on my screen, that's why I'll be looking to the side a little bit, is from there. So if you do want any extra information, make sure to check that out too. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the Swansea Employability Award, because this is something that helps you become employable. It helps you so much when you come to get a job. I did it actually as a module in second year. There's a few different levels like bronze, silver, and it goes up, but I only had to get up to silver, but I think I just kept going until gold because it's worth doing. And on the back of your degree it will say that you have achieved Swansea's Employability Award, also known as SEA. So I'd really recommend doing that if you get the opportunity. It's open to any student studying at Swansea Uni. It's a lot of introspection, so you learn a lot about yourself in the process. It really helps you understand your achievements and write a personal statement, and there's so many helpful resources within that award. So if you're coming to uni and you're going to study at Swansea, I'd so highly recommend the Swansea Employability Award if you want to become employable afterwards. Really recommend using that free resource if you are a Swansea student. So going on from that, the second thing I'm going to talk about for international students is an NI number, which is a national insurance number. I know other countries across the world have their own kind of numbers, like the social security number in America, but we have a national insurance number, and this is a contribution you pay to the government in very basic terms. When you get paid, a small percentage of that will get paid to the government as national insurance. That is just how it is. There's a government website that you can go on and learn about this and apply for it, and it's a really easy process to do. I will leave the link here and I'll leave it in the description box below, but that is the first thing. If you're an international student, you have to have an NI number. I personally don't know loads about visas, and I think that's something that on an individual case you'll need to look into, and I know the uni are there to help, but I have some information here which I'm just going to read out because I don't want to mess it up. So people who live in the European Economic Area and Swiss nationals can work in the UK without any restrictions on the number of hours or type of work they can do. So that's the European Economic Area and Swiss nationals. If you're a Bulgarian or a Romanian student, you are now entitled to work in the UK without obtaining permission from the UKVI. And if you're a Croatian student, you are able to work in the UK, but you must get permission from the UKVI before doing so. I will leave the Swansea Uni website where I got all that information from once again below, but that is quite important. So that's for Swiss nationals, Bulgarian, Romanian and Croatian students. So leading on from that, I'm going to talk about part-time jobs first, and then towards the end of the video I'm going to talk about full-time jobs. So the first place I would look for a part-time job if I was a student looking for work would be the Swansea Employability Award section of the website. They have a whole list of part-time job vacancies. They have how to become the most employable you can be, and they have lots of tips and tricks to how to build your CV, how to become just super employable. So I definitely look there if I was a current uni student. So next I'd look at Target Jobs, which is a website which shows all the temporary and part-time work students can get in the city, and it's a really helpful website. Have a browse through there if you want to. Once again, it will be on the screen and down below. But yeah, check out Target Jobs. And the third thing is something that I didn't even quite realise, but it was really interesting when I was researching about, and that is part-time jobs are often in the paper. So they're published in the Wednesday edition of the South Wales Evening Post, which is a paper, and you can find it in the campus library. So that's super helpful. You can just go to the library, have a flick through the paper and find part-time jobs. And I didn't even know that before I started looking. So now you know something new and I know something new. So it's a double win. Right, so so that's where you can look for jobs and visas and all of that stuff out the way. I'm going to talk about practical jobs that people apply for in Swansea. So the first place you could look for a part-time job is at the uni itself. So there are tons of jobs within the uni. There are student ambassador roles, which help reply to emails and phone calls and help lead groups around campus and be that port of call for prospective students. They earn a set hourly rate and it's super flexible, so you work when you want to work, and that works really well for many students who like to work more before their exams and after their exams. So being a student ambassador is a really, really good job for many students at Swansea. The next job linking onto that, which is also what I am, is a digital ambassador, and that's exactly what the student ambassadors do, just digital. Literally the clue's in the name. So making videos, going on the Instagram, replying to messages, things like that. Another place within the uni to look for part-time work is the uni pool and uni gym. They are on campus and they employ people, and yeah, it's a fun place to work if you're a student, and also pretty flexible. And then the last place within the uni to work is the bar, which we have on campus, which is called JC's Bar. It's a really nice chilled setting, really, really good vibes in there, and lots of students work behind the bar in there. And also we have a club on campus, and that is called Tutors, and lots of people are bar staff in there and work at night in there, obviously when we're not in a pandemic, but that's also another great place to look for work should you need work while at Swansea. So those who don't know the uni very well, we basically have the university, Swansea University, and then we have the student union, and they're slightly separate, but they obviously work together. The students union is basically what creates that unforgettable student experience, and there are many different officers, part-time and full-time. I'll get onto the full-time in a bit, but if you are looking to work for the union, which is such a rewarding position, there are loads of different roles you can go for depending on your strengths and what you enjoy, and it's a really enjoyable experience. And I know they work in a team, and everyone who I know who has worked for the union has just loved it and made great friends. So I definitely recommend looking to work for the union if you want a part-time job in Swansea. So other than the more specific uni jobs, we obviously are a city. Swansea is a city, and we've got loads of different jobs just like anywhere else in the rest of the world. So we obviously have lots of takeaways and restaurants. They always need delivery drivers, and a lot of my friends have also done Deliveroo, which is where you can use your bike or your car to deliver food to people, and that's really good pay, and it also often keeps you fit because you are cycling or walking. So yeah, Deliveroo I definitely check out. There's also restaurants, cafes, bars, shops, nightclubs, leisure centres. There's a whole range of places which need people to work in. Just type into Google part-time work in Swansea, and often a lot of those will come up, and you are guaranteed to find a place. As long as you've got a national insurance number and a CV, you should be absolutely fine. Other than that, if you want to do something a bit more remotely, especially during the pandemic, a lot of work has gone online, so there's always marketing jobs, social media jobs, and they're often paid tasks. There's Facebook pages for Swansea students, and companies will often put a post saying, we need a few people for a social media task, it's this long and you get paid this much, message me, and you can do that. So there is a lot of flexible and casual work like that online as well. The one thing I also get asked is, do you have Uber here? I know some students in the rest of the UK like to do Uber in their spare time. Unfortunately in Swansea we do not have Uber, so that isn't an option. We have just taxis, and they're often taxi companies that have been based here for years. So yeah, there isn't an Uber. Obviously the one thing we do have here are beaches, so they need lifeguards. So you can apply on the RNLI website, and yeah, you can become a beach lifeguard, which sounds to me just the dream. On the beach in the sun, work over the summer, earn some money for the next year, and yeah, that just sounds a great job. So now I've spoken about part-time jobs, I'm going to go on to the full-time jobs. And obviously I wouldn't recommend anyone work a full-time job while studying. It would be incredibly stressful, and I personally think you obviously should give your studies everything you've got. But if you do want a full-time job or want to stay in Swansea after you graduate, this next section is going to be for you. I will also say that sometimes there's a year in industry built into their degree, and that is literally, as it sounds, a year working in industry. So if you want experience, I'd really recommend applying for a course with that. Obviously with courses like engineering and osteopathy and very practical hands-on courses, it's absolutely vital to get that experience in. So I'd really recommend doing that extra year and getting the experience, and it will look great on your CV. So going back to the uni, there's always usually full-time work at the uni, whether it's in research, and there's also other full-time jobs within the uni. Just type in full-time jobs at Swansea Uni. online, and that should come up with a load of things for you. Going on from that, there's also full-time positions within the union, such as the president, there's a sports officer. There's lots of different roles that are full-time and paid, and you still work in that team and you still have that student experience, but you're working full-time for the uni. And I know people who have also done that and absolutely loved it, and that's really good experience when you come to get another job too, having worked for the union. Leading on from that, we have Tata Steel up the road. It is a huge operation, and they will always be employing people. Honestly, I know friends who have graduated and just moved 10 minutes down the road and worked there, especially if you're doing engineering or anything like that. Also just down the road is Amazon. It's a massive warehouse, and they employ part-time students and full-time students, and they actually pay really well as well. So I definitely recommend, if you're looking for a warehouse job, Amazon is just down the road too. So I think that's most of the full-time and part-time jobs that I can think of. However, a simple search on Google will come up with loads more. Glassdoor is a really good website for full-time employment. It gives you the job description and salary and things like that. So I definitely check out Glassdoor and Google. Also, there's job centres in Swansea. If you are needing a job, part-time or full-time, I definitely recommend heading to a job centre and asking all about your options there. So I think that's pretty much all the jobs for now. I will just say there's a few things to be wary of. Swansea is really a safe city, and I feel super safe working and living here. Just to keep yourself safe, maybe bring a friend to an interview with you so you're not alone. If that makes you feel a bit better, they will not mind if you turn up with someone, whether it's a parent or a friend or someone you trust. So bring someone along to an interview. Also, never give out your bank details on a job application form. They shouldn't need them. Don't pay anything up front. Don't pay for training. They should be paying you in the end. And also, the last thing, which I'm going to say, but it kind of sucks to hear, but there is such a thing as too good to be true. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. If it's such a good salary or little working hours, there might be a little catch there. So that's not just for Swansea, that's just in general. Just try not to get caught out with scams. We want you to earn money, not lose money. Anyway, I think that is all for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Once again, if you've got any questions, just drop me a message on Instagram or leave a comment below. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, click subscribe for more, and turn that little notification bell on for more videos like this in the future. And I hope you all have a lovely week. See you next week. Bye!